Barney Watherong. Welcome to our beautiful Watherong country. This is Cat. I'm Jodie, your host, and I hope you cook some of the feeds that we cook up for you in our show. Let's go meet some of our cooks. Hi, we've got a special guest here today, Uncle Dave. He's our cultural officer here at Watherong, and I'm going to ask him a few personal questions about his journey in life and how he's known all his knowledge and maybe some special tips on hunting that goanna, Uncle? So can you just tell us about where your mob's from and a bit of a story about yourself? And
all right, I'm David Charles actually. My father's David Reginald Charles. He's a Yorta man from Deniliquin region. With the rest of my family, we can go back on my father's side to my great grandfather, who was John Briggs.
Wow.
On my mother's side, you've got the Nuttingee, which is a Coorong, Lake Alexandrina, Browcon, all that area. There's 14 clans that make up the Nuttingee Nation, and my mother's clan is a Tatiari clan. She actually has a book with all the Nuttingee clans in that book, and we're all related.
Wow.
And there's 14 clans, so yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so I learned a lot of my stuff from what I know about my own self and about the land and that. I learnt all that obviously from my mother and my grandmothers and uncles and aunties and my cousins and all that. So yeah, and we were taught pretty harshly, I suppose, in a sense, but when you look at it, they're survival skills.
And you're passing them down to the kids in the community today, and
yeah, slowly for those kids who want to know about it. Not all kids do want to know about it at this point in time, and I understand that. But yeah, I find that when they get a bit older, like about 23, 25, they tend to want to come back and learn.
Yeah.
And that's when you grab them.
Yeah. And I just want to ask you one more question. Mm-hmm. This is my favourite question. What's your favourite feed to cook? Bush
tucker, all sorts, but I suppose my favourite one would be, my goanna, because it's a nice, how can I describe the flavour? It's a bit hard when you don't have it on the shelves. I wish they did. I'd be buying it every day.
Yeah, I want a taste of it.
It's a chickeny, definitely a chicken taste with a dash of fish, if that makes any sense to you.
And I think you were telling me something last week, or having a yarn about the oil, and there was an interesting fact
yeah,
about
well,
the
poor old goanna, the oil, as not many people know, but there's not a man-made material that can hold goanna oil. I've tried lead, I've tried tin, I've tried glass, I've tried plastic. It just doesn't work.
So what happens? You might leave it for a month or two?
You can leave it. You can fill up a glass jar, stick it on a shelf, and by the end of the year, if it's say half full, you probably lose a quarter of it.
Just through the quarter,
just comes through the glass. The only thing that holds goanna oil is the goanna himself.
And in the freezer, eh?
Oh yeah, that's the best way to keep it. The only way to keep it really is keep it frozen. And I keep mine in the freezer, and I rub it on my joints for medicine, for arthritis and that. And trouble is though, you smell like a bloody goanna when you finish. That's the trouble. You rub it on and you just smell like guano,
Strong.
but it's good when you go bush, see, because then you smell like guano and it makes it easy to go hunting, see.
Yeah.
But
Part of the furniture.
yeah, part of the landscape. But
All right.
yeah.
Well, yeah. So we might let Unc start cooking and cook us up a feed, and I look forward to the end product.
Yeah, see how we go, eh?
Thanks a lot.
Cool.
Go and grab yourself a cuppa, but hurry back because we'll be back in a minute.
Hello everyone, Nyurawareen, Kunyaba Kadiniyu, from Geelong, Wathrong country. I'm here, my name's Uncle David, I'm here to have a go at cooking up some kangaroo kebabs today for you. So obviously, main ingredients, good old kangaroo, which you can get from the shops today, saves me going hunting, see. Bit of curry, bit of garlic, meat tenderizer, olive oil with lemon, and a few sort of hot type flavoured, I don't know what they're called, flakes. Basically we're just going to mix all those ingredients and place into, you know what that in there, into the bowl here for the marinade for the meat. Then I will cut the meat up and place them onto the skewers. Now the reason I've got the skewers in the water is so that they don't burn, and makes it easier. You don't burn a lot of things that way. Alright, bit of curry, I don't think we need it all, might kill somebody with that otherwise. Bit of garlic, bit of sort of flakes, whatever they, piri I think it's called, and flash, it's just a mixture of herbs and spices. The meat tenderizer, not oily oil because we'll need some of that for the grill. So grab a spoon and mix and mix and mix. Just cutting the meat up into strips first so I can square them up sort of. Try not to make them too small, but big enough so they'll go on the skewer. So we probably cut them into thirds like that. So they're nice, big, reasonable sized squares. Cover that, and we'll just mix that up like that. We'll just do a couple first and see how they turn out. Depending on how hungry you are, of course, depends on how many you want to put on there. 3, 4, should do it, I think. And for variations, you could add, your green or red peppers or your yellow peppers, onions, anything. So that's how one looks like. Oh, might as well do the other one. Whack him on there. Go away, flies. Kangaroo, it's great. It's, well, it's lean. There's no cholesterol, there's no fats. Obviously, no preservatives. 99% fat-free. It's a great food, and it can feed a lot of people. I've actually fed 150 people with a kangaroo, basically just a fraction taller than me. And yeah, just a great meal. I don't know why they're not using it more and more, or why they're not promoting it more and more. I mean, people with high blood pressure and all these heart problems, etc. Kangaroo is, I suppose, a lot better than any other meat, and it's better for you. I think these strips here are the back straps, which is the part that goes down the back. And yeah, I suppose I can turn that on. Is it on? Yep. Turn that on. Okay, alright, cool. Whack him down there so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, I might even, that's not hot enough yet. It's getting there. So I'll do up a couple more while I'm waiting. Yeah, give me that piece. Ooh, again, just whack them in there. I can just cut them in half, that one. When I lived up Swan Hill Way, we would quite often go out shooting, people would be saying, oh, we want something to eat, or, so we'd go out and get a couple of roos or a couple of rabbits or possums. Possum's better because it's like a rabbit, but tastes better. But the rabbit's a lot easier to catch than a possum, that's so. But yeah, no, it's still, I mean, I like all sorts of bush tucker, that's my problem. I tend not to eat so much of European foods. I'm trying to get back to eating more and more of my bush tucker, but the thing is, the bush tucker can be cooked like any other meat. Kangaroo can be cooked just like a normal roast. It's just you need a big oven for that leg. Or you cut your leg up into pieces so it can be managed. Emu can be cooked like normal meats. Goanna, for instance, can be cooked up in foil in the oven. Fish can be cooked up in the oven. All sorts of fish. So the tucker's there. It's just a matter of using your imagination. Yeah, about the best way I can describe it, I suppose. But that feels like it's hot enough. Might whack a bit of this oil on. It's going to roll in a little, isn't it? Oh yeah, you can smell that lemon and oil. Oh dear. I wonder if I'll ever make it on MasterChef. Ooh. matter. I'll keep the teeth clean. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Smells nice. Beautiful. Oh. It's the only thing with cooking, eh? It's time consuming. But then again, I suppose it's good, isn't it? You can cook your own, if you can cook up your own meals, you know what you're getting. And flies, go away. But I've cooked kangaroo in the ground, which is a hole in the ground basically. Cut it up, or you can cut it up, or you can leave it whole, depends on yourself. I prefer to cut it up. I can cut up into small pieces, you know, about so yay big, wrap them up in foil and cook them in the ground. I make sure my fire's been going for at least a day before I cook in it. Yeah, make sure there's plenty of coals, plenty of good hot wood, which is, you know, your red gum stuff or your mallee roots, so it produces that real hot heat. And then you wrap things, you take out half your fire first, throw your tucker in, put the other half of that fire you took out back in, and then just cover it. Well, I cover it these days a lot easier. We just get a couple of sheets of your galvanised roofing, place that, make sure it covers the hole completely, and then I cover the tin with the dirt from the hole, and that covers it all and keeps all the heat inside the hole. And after about 2-3 hours, it's cooked. Gotta wait for this fella. Make sure they're all cooked properly. They're turning out better than I thought. Just gotta wait. Starting to make me hungry. Must be getting close to lunchtime, or smoker at least. So, yeah, but I used to do radio years ago. Up in Barham, I did it, community radio for 7 years up there. That was, we'd go there Wednesday, do the recording, so it would be played on a Sunday. You know, about 2 o'clock, I think it was, Sunday afternoons it was played. So, yeah, and that was good fun. Sending Cheerios to all the mob, it was, yeah. I used to do it down here in Geelong years ago too, before it was 3YR back then. Now that's a long time ago. Yeah, and it was quite interesting because we actually set that up with the co-op. Through the co-op, we worked with community radio back then with 3YR to actually start the community radio. We actually purchased the console and everything, you know, all the equipment to start the program with. We actually bought the equipment. They got the building, and from there we went. And yeah, so we had something like 3 hours a week to do, which was great, but you know, sometimes you had other obligations and you couldn't get there all the time, so we ended up having quite a few community members involved. It was great. Well, time for a taste test. Let's have a look. It's nice. It is nice. Beautiful. Could have done better myself. That's cooked. Get back. See, it's cooking in its own marinade too, see? So you'll have all that marinade juice as well working for me. That one looks pretty well cooked. That one. That one. Hello. Joe, here, have a crack at this.
Smells great, Uncle Joe.
There you are.
Let's have a taste.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
Got that lemony taste,
Doesn't
eh?
even taste like kangaroo, eh?
No.
Beautiful.
It's got that lemon
You can
with
taste
that.
a bit of the curry,
Oh, I
a
can't
bit of
taste
the
the curry.
chilli.
I'm glad you can taste the curry. I can't.
Tastes beautiful.
It does taste nice. Oh, well.
I'm going to have to steal a couple of those and take them home.
Well, they're cooked. Yeah, you can take a couple, sure. There you go. Turn that side down. Oh. There we go. Oh, hot, hot.
Beautiful. Okay, thanks Uncle Dave for coming along today. It was fantastic. Love to see your kebabs, and I look forward to them at your next barbecue.
Not a problem. Great to be here. See you.
See ya.
Take it easy. Drop it there. Why are they culling kangaroos and sticking the damn things in the ground? Why aren't they processing this meat and sending it overseas to people?
Yep,
You know?
using it. And
I mean, Puckapunyal, a few years back, 40,000 kangaroo. Now I know for a fact that I can feed 150 people with a kangaroo my height, or 2 inches taller. And that's 150 people of one kangaroo. How many is 40,000 kangaroos going to feed?
yeah,
You know?
it's a shame, eh?
It's a shame, and this government don't think. They don't think, and they only think of us blackfellas as a last resort. You know? But I'm getting political now, I shouldn't.
That's all right, Unc.